The Venezuelan Nobel Peace Prize laureate María Corina Machado has said that she still has plans of returning back to Venezuela even after what she describes as the kidnapping of a close opposition ally just hours after his release from prison. Machado said that Juan Pablo Guanipa, a former vice president of the National Assembly, was kidnapped in Caracas by armed men in civilian clothes after openly calling for democratic elections. He had been freed only a day earlier in a limited release of the political prisoners.
Tienen terror.
Juan Pablo, what does he become now? What does Perkins become? Confined in his home. Symbols of the struggle. Far from intimidating us or silencing us, they give us more reasons to keep mobilizing. This does not affect my return in the slightest. Quite the contrary. I have made it clear that I have some tasks to complete before returning, and once we achieve those, I'll be back in Venezuela.
En referentes de lucha.
The authorities later confirmed that Guanipa had been detained again, alleging that he had violated the terms of his release and would be placed under house arrest, though no details have been provided. His family said that they have not been told where he is, and his son has also demanded proof of life. The Interior Minister, Diosdado Cabello, has blamed the opposition for the incident, accusing the politicians of stirring up unrest and insisting that Guanipa had breached the parole conditions. Now, these remarks have drawn condemnation from the opposition leaders and other human rights groups.
897 people have been released. 897. Nothing had happened. They were released. They were reunited with their families until the enlightened stupidity of some politicians who believed they could do whatever they wanted and throw the country into chaos by violating the very conditions under which they were being given their freedom.
María Corina Machado has said that the kidnapping undermines the promises to end decades of political repression and one-party rule in the country.
Esta reacción de la tiranía.
Can't people in Venezuela who have been imprisoned speak? Can't they recount what they've lived through? Can't they describe the horror of what is happening in our country today? That's why I'm here today. We see internal resistance because it's a criminal, mafia-like structure that is in power in Venezuela, and Delcy Rodriguez is one of its most visible expressions.
Venezuela, aquellos que han estado en prisión.
During his brief time out of prison, Guanipa met with relatives of political detainees and challenged the authorities to respect the result of the disputed 2024 presidential election, calling for a new vote if those results are not honored. Now, Guanipa was first arrested last year on charges including terrorism and money laundering. Accusations, rights groups say, have been routinely used to silence critics of the former president, Nicolas Maduro. His rearrest comes as Venezuela's National Assembly has delayed a vote on a proposed amnesty law that would free up political prisoners and offer legal protection to those who were involved in past detentions. The session has been pushed from today to Thursday with no confirmation that the bill will remain on the agenda. The legislation is backed by interim President Delcy Rodriguez, who assumed power after Maduro was removed in a U.S. military operation earlier this year.